Inktober! So it's been a year really since I started trying to develop my drawing skills, which I started off really trying in October doing Inktober, and I think I might insert a little graphic of all the ones I did last year to see the development, but also I still have a lot to go, so I'll try to insert them here. So I started off Inktober. The first day of October I was sick actually, so I actually had a really easy start because I could just sit and be sick and draw. So the one I was most disappointed in, and one I actually tried to do twice last year, was Royal. So I redid it. The pose is slightly better. Obviously there's still a long way to go. The leg, oh, I had some muddly awkwardness. The shoes I'm pretty happy with, but they're not perfect. The face. The hands I'm pretty happy with. I'm trying to get better at hands, obviously. And putting more detail into clothes took quite a while and quite a bit of studying. Also, I'm just really bad with ink. You'll notice from here on out I don't really use the dip pen I use for this, and my pro markers for the colour. So, first one was ring. So I had a little planning page, not that you can see much of it. So mushroom ring, some mushrooms, moss, don't know what that, oh, moss. So it's moss rather than grass, and little fireflies. Saw some other art of fireflies, decided to integrate it. So my favourite hydrangeas. It originally wasn't coloured, but I decided I was bored so I coloured it. Sorry for any jingling, that's my cat. I'll see whether I'll pick him up at the end and show him to you. But yeah, I tried to also work quite often to illustrate rather than just doing a floating head etc. drawing. Try to make more of a full picture. So if I tried to use perspective, you can still see the grid lines a little bit going smaller, further away, but I made the circle way too wide, I think. It would have looked better if there were fewer mushrooms and they were closer so you can see the perspective change more, you know, more triangular. But yeah, I was pretty happy with this. Next was Mindless. So this one, let me say, I haven't finished, but it's gone downhill. So I've been working, I work 5 days a week and a special needs school, and it is stressful work. And also I have to leave really early because I don't drive and I live quite far away. It's quite a long commute. So I'm really stressed out by work comparatively to university when I did it last year. So this inspired Mindless. So I thought about this on my way to work, and it's just the grey dullness of life and everyday, and how you see people on the bus around your life as these faceless NPCs, essentially. You don't really think of them as people until you've talked to them, until you've seen more human qualities develop. Everyone's just a faceless, mindless, nothing, just person that has no consequence to you. So that's what it's about. I guess that's me on the bus off to work. Bait, classic wolf, I guess Little Red Riding Hood story. I took the pose from a sculpture. I had some thought about making it like bunny, but it didn't really suit the pose, and the trees are a bit too overlapping. I probably should have worked more to make them more curvy, but it's quite illustrative and not a lot of colour, just colour that. The lines get thinner as they come closer, and yeah, it was quite fun. I'm reasonably happy with it. I really like the shirt that I did, but the rest of it, so-so. The feet, they took me so much fiddling. They are what they are. They're not perfect. And Cat's coming. Hey Cat, you gonna jump? So on to day 4. Oh, Cat. Sorry, Cat. Up. Day 4 was Freeze. So this is probably one of my favourites. It's depicting, as I've said at some point, I think when I made these I talked about it. I've got a novel, well, story idea that I've got in the works. This is one of the main characters. Spoilers for the story, I guess. But it won't really make sense until I write it, if I do. If I don't die, I think I will eventually write it, but I'm planning on writing another story before I write this one, as like planning and getting used to the skill, so it won't come anytime soon, even though it's always in, you know, not always in my mind, but it's present in my mind. So this is supposed to look like, so Freeze, it's supposed to be an ice sculpture. I took this from Google, cat spit. I used the reference of just if you look up sculptor or sculpting, and I thought it was quite a dynamic pose, so referenced. So yeah, really happy with this. Unfortunately, my rubber accidentally pushed in some pencil, so it's a bit dirty. This one, not that happy with. Build. So I did building in difficulty, and so this one, easy. I just drew that out of my brain. Putting front-on figures is kind of what I'm used to, because I started off really with doing repaint plans, so that's what I'm used to. Front on, looking at the camera. A 5-minute. I went on and my iPad and had like quick figures or whatever. They give you like a period of time to sketch the figures, and then they have another one. I just did it on the like pause mode. So this is a 5-minute sketch, and this is a 15-minute sketch. 15-minute sketch? Terrible. It didn't end up well. But the feet, there's a lot more body, and there's, you know, something for them to interact with. It's not building in skill, it's building in difficulty, so let's stick to that. This one I just lined last night. It's a husky. It's a really puffy husky that definitely needs help. I'm really quite happy with the muzzle, but I don't think that everything goes together properly. But it's an attempt, and I think it's recognisable as a husky, so good. All of the rubbery lines. And this, so this is actually, whoop. So I've got 2 cats, and this is actually the cat that you just saw. His name is Kuro. I named him. His name is Black in Japanese. I probably spelt it wrong. But yeah, so it's enchanted, and mine is, he catches more birds. So he currently has 8 bells on his collar, and that's kind of what I was playing off on, except for instead of getting a normal bell, my dad purchased a magical bell by accident. So he became the protect. Either he became huge. I was thinking that's a skyscraper, but then I was just like, man, that's a huge cat. I just realised that now. So this is a reference of Kuro and my brother we were chatting, lying on my bed, and Kuro came and cuddled up. He loves cuddling. He's currently on my lap, so cute AF. And then a magical protector of the city, warrior cat kind of cat. I never actually read that series, maybe I should. But yeah, really happy. I worked a bit with like shadow and stuff, trying to get not perspective, but different shadow and lighting just from the two colours, and a bit of white. Happy with it. Really should have rubbed this off before I opened it. So this is day 8 frail. So a butterfly, classic. We did a bit with perspective. The body is a bit lumpy, but I'm reasonably happy with it. I did this quite quickly. I just have less time and also more stressed out and also more sick. You know, a lot of people have allergies for like pollen and stuff. I get really bad sinus problems from mould spores and stuff, which means winter downhill. Just constantly clogged in my head. Feel like my brain's trying to escape my body when it gets really bad, but not relevant, I guess. Frail. Swing. Okay, this one is a mistake basically. I didn't even do the rubbery stuff. So swing, I thought doing a swing is a bit too boring, so I thought swing dance. So I guess it would be like a ballerina, but it just like he's just like flinging her around. But I didn't spend time on it. I was just done. So I actually last night did a new plan, just kind of basic plan. I decided I also didn't want to put it in full. Just like accept my mistakes, this is what I should have done kind of a thing, and I'll insert that here or here, a little video of what I should have done and did not do. And then, I'm not sure, I haven't gone up to the date. One thing I have noticed, this one was quite easy and fun actually, but because I'm stressed out and doing work and stuff, sometimes I don't have the time to do the whole shebang. You know, I'm not releasing them every day on my Instagram, so I don't need to, you know. I'm just doing the prompts, having fun when I'm able to, and yeah, I don't think no one's actually, or at least no one's holding me to the terms of actual Inktober, so do what you can when you can and have fun with it. Don't stress yourself out with Inktober, and I think that's why quite a lot of people drop out. I don't think I'm going to drop out, but I'll just get back to it when I want to and can. So, pattern. This is inspired by my T2 flask that I recently purchased. I guess promo. They're not paying me, but they are really good high quality tea stuff. And before I leave for work, I do my flask, put my tea leaves in, just water, tea leaves, and at break time, so about 11:30, I can have, you know, it's cool, it keeps it really hot, so by that time it's cooled down. So between 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, it takes 4 hours to cool down if you keep it in there to a drinkable quality. And I usually drink about a third of it in a cup, which I put into my mug at work to just soothe my throat after cycling. So yes, this is inspired by that. I should probably get rid of the pencil lines, but apparently I haven't. It's really fun, abstract, kind of reminds me of the 80s, but a bit more pastel. And the latest one, because I haven't done dragon yet, so day 11 is snow. This is another reference to this. So this is this little creature. It's got a little muzzle. Oh, I need to re-laminate this apparently. It's escaping. And I tried to do more detail into the kind of fur. I'm quite happy with it. It's more what I was imagining these creatures to look like originally from... it was inspired by my cat being inside her little teepee cat cavern and just her little black face coming, being seen with her little eyes gleaming out of the darkness, and those like dogs that have white fur and little black faces and they're just like poof. So it's a bit close to that. You can see the overlap more than where I've usually illustrated it, and yeah, it's a bit of fun. It kind of looks like a mop, but you know, it's a cute mop. So yeah, that's where I am so far. I hope you enjoyed, and I think breaking this down, I guess if there's 31 days I can do it 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. So I might see you in 10 days, I might not. And I'll try to release the last one on the 31st, as I'm sure everyone else will. So thank you, come again. Maybe tell me which one's your favourite. I quite like that one. That one's fun. That one makes me sad. Well, not really. That one's a bit lumpy. I might finish on this one. But tell me which one you liked. Tell me if you feel the feels about Inktober, and whether you think it is sacrilege and I should be doing it every day. I mean, I might say, okay, thanks. I can't say much to that, so you do you, babe. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, etc, etc. And thank you for coming in, guys.
I want to see it eating too. I don't think it's going to really move for a while. It's having a snack.